right, welcome back to
Happy Friday. Wait a minute, just kidding.
It is our Friday.
It's my Friday. Yeah, your Friday too. Todd's
It's not
here.
Todd's Friday.
It's not Todd's Friday.
All by myself.
It is, Todd. I had to do that the other day, so
I'll be here by myself.
Sorry.
yes, it's all right. Hey, this precip is almost out of here. Check that out.
That's great news.
Yeah, and I kind of wonder even
Did the lights go off?
Daryl's
Oh, the overhead lights. Never mind.
Daryl just the look on
blaming
his
you.
face when his name just comes
Hey, Daryl.
so kind of like I did yesterday. Yeah, so today, obviously, as we mentioned yesterday, not really any impacts on the roads. Our temperatures are still too warm. Graph nailed this again.
Yeah, it did.
Graph does so well with winter weather.
It is spectacular.
Which is a problem.
No. We are so good with winter weather.
Ooh,
All right,
I
Todd.
like it.
Yes. So humble.
Why is that a problem?
So humble. It's a problem because when the models do too well, too many times,
There's
you
gonna be
know
a
one of these
letdown.
days there's going to be a letdown and we get spoiled.
Yeah.
So anyway, that said, this round is getting out of here. I think we might see some sunshine eventually. I think the
Yeah.
clouds do kind of want to linger a little longer even beyond this precip, but
There's clearing.
there are signs that we could see some sunshine, maybe on Saturday. I know that we went mostly sunny this morning. I'm hesitant to go mostly sunny. I think I'm going to put like
Saturday.
mix of sun and clouds.
Yeah, especially.
It's always a very safe way of putting things, right, Todd?
What?
Yeah.
Mix of sun and clouds.
Oh, mix the sun. Yes.
I do
Yeah.
think some sun will pop out, though, Saturday especially.
Oh, I agree.
Partial sunshine's another way to get around
I'm
that
going to
one.
say 50. Oh, I will say 50% cloud coverage.
There you go.
Because
I give up.
How
I give
many
up.
times, though, this week did we say there'd be some sunshine? And then yesterday we got all of maybe
No
like an
sunshine.
hour of a little bit of sunshine with passing clouds.
Yeah.
You know, this is the time of year sometimes where it's like you always get a few days in there in the winter, especially where you think the sun's going to come out. Clouds linger all day, most of the day. Temperatures don't really go. I mean, that obviously drives temperatures and it can mess up your forecast. So, you know, you're always humbled at this time of year
Yeah.
by the weather. But not Todd.
true.
Not Todd. Of
course.
Todd's like, we nailed it.
Separate.
We nailed this. Hey, seriously, I'm just going to say the recognition that things were going the way they were going, we adjusted accordingly, got the Arkansas Storm Team alert day going, notified the viewers, hey, this is not going to be anything to panic about. Don't go buy milk and bread unless you got to go buy milk and bread. You're out. I think it was,
I do think we handled it well.
responsibly, not calling
Responsibly.
for. I mean, because again, this is one of those examples where people were calling for inches of snow and inches of sleet.
Wait, who was doing that?
Well, I'm not going to
Somebody
name
on
names.
social media
People
There
probably
are a couple.
was.
There are a couple in Arkansas. Sure.
Man, I didn't even see that.
Yes.
With this event, I thought, man, I must be
I
in a
probably
hole.
muted.
I
Yeah.
mute a lot of it now.
I just don't want to like.
After the last time, I must have been like, never again will I see whatever this is on my page. And
I honestly, I try to limit my scroll time, you know.
I do too,
I
but it's
say that,
hard.
but I don't.
And then I get
I
stuck
really
on
don't
TikTok for like 2 hours every night. You look at
don't
the
use
time and
TikTok
you're like,
like I
how did I
used
get
to.
stuck? It's one of those apps that just sucks you in. I gotta delete it.
TikTok.
know.
Yeah,
So
I could spend forever on it on accident.
I could do it.
before
It's
we get
real.
into the weather, my son wants me to get. He says, I want you to start a TikTok account, and he goes, and he's going to run it for me. Is that a good
Hold
idea?
on,
Or a bad idea?
can we just stop for a second and just say that you said Tic Tac, not
I said
TikTok.
Tic Tac.
You said Tic Tac.
TikTok.
We both
Yeah, you
looked at
did.
each other.
I want one of them mints.
Oh, Todd.
Todd comes back with Tic Tacs. I
son
said
got
get a
one of
Tic
them
Tac.
Tic
My
Tacs.
son wants me to get a Tic Tac.
I got one of them Tic Tac accounts.
No, I can't work with these. He's crazy. No, I'm just
You just never know what you're going to get around here.
kidding. No, you don't.
You seriously don't have a TikTok account?
No, I didn't. Ryan Vaughn tried to get me to do it, and I was like, I completely resisted it, and now I'm about to give in to it, but I'm waiting for the next big thing to jump on that one.
What do you mean?
Well, there's
The
going to be
next
another
big app, like TikTok, or the next big trend?
Yeah, there'll be another social media platform or something that'll come along.
We had Threads, we had Blue Sky. Have those caught on?
Yeah. I
Have
don't know
they?
if they've
I
caught
still
on.
use them, but I just
use them a
post
lot.
stuff.
Yeah. Well, I feel like they're
And
chill.
I mean, I have people who interact on both of the, but
Same.
it's hard for me to keep up with one, much less two or three. I realize sometimes I'll post something on Blue Sky, for example, and then I'll come back and it went viral. I'm like, how'd that happen?
Oh,
I didn't even
yeah.
know it happened.
And then you put something that you think is going to be really good on Blue Sky or Threads. You come back, no one liked it.
Right.
Okay. Cool.
It's all right. Yeah, no, it'd be the same exact thing, too. It's like, there were times I used to post something on TikTok with an O, by the way.
Tack. Ticky-tack.
I would post something on TikTok. Same thing on Instagram Reels. TikTok, it's blowing up. Instagram, it fell flat. Tell me how that happens.
That's weird.
If it's good content, it should work on both platforms.
Well, and that's what you would think too, but
I don't know.
It's never perfect. I mean, I stand by the fact that if I did not have this job, I would not be on social media anywhere. I would delete
You wouldn't be on
everything.
social media?
I'd have a flip phone. I don't want to deal with it
have a
anymore.
flip phone?
Oh, can I tell y'all a story?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, so this was, I got to remember the year, 2003 or 4. Were y'all born? Okay.
Yes.
Yes, we were here.
Anyway,
I
so
was 5.
that was when flip
I
phones
was in
were.
high school. Go ahead.
Oh, y'all are just killing
You
me.
thought we weren't born. Go ahead.
I'm not going to follow you on TikTok when I get my account. But that was when flip phones were the big deal, and they were getting small, and everybody got the flip phone. That was the big deal. Well, I still had my block phone that was like that big.
Oh, yeah.
And it was my first phone. I was like,
Did you ever have a bag phone?
no, I did not have a bag phone. No. But anyway, and it was one of those. Y'all don't remember this, but you had to pull the antenna up.
Oh, I do remember that.
Do you remember that?
Yes.
Anyway, so I was on a flight from Atlanta to Reno to go skiing up at Tahoe, and we had to circle around Reno several times because they had the worst snowstorm in 100 years.
Okay.
We had to divert to Salt Lake City and spend the night in Salt Lake City. So we landed in Salt Lake City. I was going to call my wife to tell her, or she was my fiance at the time. No, she was my wife at that time. It was 04. So anyway, I pulled the antenna up and everybody on the plane started laughing at me. It was so embarrassing.
Well, it was really funny. You started the story about the antenna on a plane, and it reminded me, my sister, she's only flown once, and it was the first time she flew. She had a cell phone with I don't know that it was an antenna that extended, but it was one that stuck out and, or at least extended from the phone. And when she got off that plane, her anxiety had her, she almost chewed that whole antenna off. She chewed the antenna.
Oh no.
Your daily allowance of plastic.
Yeah, and I'm like, Jody, what is wrong with you? She actually, that was, but yeah,
just needed a
I thought you were
tutor.
going to say that y'all, like maybe Andrea was anxious and chewed the antenna off or something. I'm like, oh my gosh, my sister did that.
No.
Anyway.
But it's bad when complete strangers are laughing at you on a plane.
Laughing at the fact that you still had an antenna.
An antenna, and they're all with their little flip phones, and I'm.
I feel like antennas or the flip phones didn't really get to be that big until I was in high school. Because I remember that was like you had some money if you had a flip phone.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, breaking news.
Anyway,
Breaking news.
We had some. What's going on?
Mark Andrews is engaged.
Isn't he like 35?
I don't know, but he used to play for Oklahoma.
Yeah.
I was gonna be like,
Well, and I really thought he was dating someone serious while he was at OU, which was like 10 years ago.
It's his longtime girlfriend. Andrews only a couple days later signed a 3-year deal worth $39 million with the Ravens. Jeez.
wow.
Big Mark Andrews. Sorry.
I thought
Squirrel.
that was going to be a different breaking news.
I didn't know what kind of breaking news we were talking
Squirrel.
about there.
Yeah. I
Speaking
don't know.
of, I don't know if this is really speaking of breaking news here.
ahead.
I was just going to see, you want to show some pictures? You have,
Yeah.
so
I've got
we
4
got
of
a
'em.
nice little dusting.
We did. Oh, God has updated these.
Y'all want to see something? I got them on Max 1.
Wait, is that Max one? Okay.
You see that one in Fox?
Yes.
That's beautiful.
Yeah,
So,
that is really pretty.
I do think it's really interesting that we have so much that accumulated on the branches. And I mentioned this earlier. I think part of the reason for that is because we had a little bit of what's called soft rime, and that's where you get it's basically freezing fog. You get the super cooled water droplets that make up all this fog. That as soon as they touch something, as soon as those little molecules, little water droplets, I guess you should say, as soon as it touches something, it freezes on whatever it is.
Yeah.
So you had a little bit of that on the trees, and then along comes a little dusting of snow that normally would maybe just flake off the trees or melt as soon as it hit the trees. But you already had this layer of soft rime on the trees that just allowed every little bit of that snow to touch it.
Yeah.
And the trees just pop, and it's so pretty.
Look at this thing, though.
So
And I feel like that would explain it, because you definitely saw areas that saw some flurries that maybe they didn't have that freezing fog in the morning, because they didn't see this sort of light accumulation just on grass and on elevated surfaces, on the trees. You'll notice the road doesn't have any snow on it.
Yeah.
And that's what we said yesterday. We weren't talking about road impacts. We were not talking about this sticking to roads and making a horrible time out there on the roads. Not that the rain doesn't impact that, but that would make sense.
This is the best kind of snow you can ask for. When you
it's just
have
pretty.
when the road is warm enough, the grass is cold enough, or it comes down hard enough that it doesn't totally melt on contact with the grass. So
This is, you have Max 1 up, right?
Yeah.
yes,
That is what I want to wake up to on Christmas morning, where it's
Yeah.
not on the roads, as you know, nothing on the roads, and just a scene like that. That is the perfect morning to wake up to on Christmas.
I agree.
make it happen, Todd.
Done.
So he can make snow in his backyard. So if it's cold enough on Christmas Day, there is a
gonna be
100% chance
at
of
Todd's
snow in that
house.
square, whatever amount of backyard you got. But
Yeah.
I did it back in 2020 or 2021. It was cold enough. It was 24 degrees on Christmas morning. I woke up early.
that was 22.
Was it 2022?
I think so. Yeah.
No,
We
no,
had
no.
that
It
big
wasn't
cold
20.
snap.
I had a white Christmas then too, but it was 2020 or I think it was 2020. But it got down. It was the first real cold snap of the season. It was late, obviously. But anyway, so I woke up early before everybody woke up in the home, turned on the snow machine, and woke up, had the windows open. It was cloudy, and then the clouds had moved over, trapped the cold air, and I was making snow, and my whole backyard was just a winter wonderland. It was awesome.
That sounds pretty nice.
I'm just trying to think also where I was Christmas of 2020. Oh, that was COVID year. We're stuck at home. Yeah.
said that's so
Anyway,
sad.
I know 2020. Everything that year was just
Oh,
kind of
2020 was
Yeah.
awful.
Yeah.
It was pretty bad.
Anyway.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's, it's
Boy, we're
5
just
years
a-
later.
We're just a bummer here, aren't we?
Wasn't trying to be a bummer there. Moving Todd around there.
Is there a difference between those two?
So the only difference is that the
The logo's in
logo
between.
is in the middle and on the top, and
Both of them are good to use.
both of them are good.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm
I was
doing
trying
my
to figure out, like,
graphics.
is one of these? Well, that's okay. We've already gone
Yeah.
back to Max 2.
Oh, okay.
Vicky Thibodeau. I
Yeah,
like that
this was
last name.
another cool one. Thibodeau, it is a good last name. Just really wintry looking. If you add some red cardinals or something in there, I feel like it could be a postcard.
Yes.
Gorgeous photo. Here's another photo that we got. This is from Denard.
Denard.
Denard. I think I said that wrong in the
No,
age.
Well, I
It's
probably
okay.
said it wrong too, but that's what I've always called
would
it.
not have known that if it wasn't for one
They-
year. They tend to get a lot more because it's right at the top of the mount, like almost like the highest point on Highway 65.
They also got hit by an
Okay.
F4 tornado
Is that 2008?
10 or 12 years ago, I think. No, it wasn't 2008.
2008.
They're-
That was in Clinton.
2008 was Clinton's EF4, yes. That was the February 5th, 2008 Super Tuesday outbreak where they did have the 122-mile track through there. Yeah.
So Denard, I just remember there
That
were
was a
two
separate
spots in
event.
Arkansas on this one event. They got 14 inches of snow. We didn't get anything in Little Rock, but they got 14 inches up in the higher elevations, and the roads were pretty good. And I had a day off. It was my birthday. I loaded up the dogs, and we went on a little road trip to see 14 inches of snow. So we went to
Nice.
Denard and went up to the Buffalo River. It's really pretty. The snow. It was just a chill day with the animals, and yeah,
That
it was
sounds
it was
gorgeous.
it was beautiful. I mean, it didn't look like Arkansas. I mean, I don't know, like, because I've been in the mountains of Arkansas, but mountains in the snow, it's different, you know.
Exactly. So, it just has a different vibe to it.
Totally.
I mean, I agree with that. And this is exactly what you want to do. You know, when you're a kid and you got a snow day, you want to go outside, play with the snow, get out some of your toys, play with the snow with your toys. You know, the options are endless. So I love this photo.
Get out the toboggan.
It's a beanie.
No, I'm talking about the sled.
Well, here we go. Here we go.
Exactly. A
Get out your toboggan while
sled.
you ride on your sled on your toboggan. Anyways.
Yes, that. We saw, this one also looks like a postcard, honestly. You've got tractors covered in snow in the distance. Everything is covered. Snow's still coming down. This was north of Clinton, sent to us around noon.
I'm curious, what is the Clinton elevation? Do we know?
I can find it for you.
Can you look? Because I know, like, we didn't see any in Clinton, but higher elevations, when you get north of, because Clinton sits at the bottom of the mountains, and you probably drove through there on the way to Eureka Springs.
Probably.
610 feet. That's what I was thinking. And then Denard. See what the Denard elevation is.
597 is Clinton.
So between 590 and 610, somewhere in there. Okay, so you have 1,400 feet at Denard. So that's...
Why is that the photo
I was
of
just wondering the same
Denard?
thing.
It's a photo of Nebraska football.
Why does it...
For Denard? Next
Are
to
we
it
sure that's Denard? It says Denard, Arkansas at
Yeah.
1,431 feet. So that makes sense why it's, you know, they have higher. So that's probably closer to Denard, Botkenberg area.
Yeah. We received a photo from the...
I don't know that we got any
near
actual
Botkenberg.
accumulation. Yeah, I saw that too. I don't think we really got any accumulation in Clinton itself, though. That's because it's so much lower.
Yeah, that would make sense why it was north of Clinton. We got that photo. Yeah, that would make sense. We received a lot of photos of snow falling and sleet falling, too.
So
this was
pretty.
one this morning before dawn in Marshall, sent in by Bob King. It just, you know, everything
Bob's
is
a great guy.
quiet.
Okay, so I just want to stop it. Like this view here, or when you're driving down the road and the snowflakes are coming at you at night and the flakes are big, it looks like you're flying through space.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Millennium
a little bit.
Falcon
Oh
thing.
my
Oh,
gosh,
yeah.
it's so cool.
That is kind of like a trippy
It is a little
thing
bit.
to think about. Like, it kind of hurts if you, like, put yourself in that mindset. Like, oh, ow, I think.
Yeah, it's just it's a beautiful video there, Bob. So thank you so much for sharing. If you're watching,
Yes.
Bob has been a long-time
I
contributor.
was gonna say I've seen his name on there
Yeah,
a few
Bob's a
times.
great guy.
We have this video of sleet in Scott, Arkansas, sent in by Kaylee. If you could hear this video, you would be able to hear it hitting the metal furniture outside, and really, you know, sleet has that like ping-pongy noise to it, and you can always tell when you start to hear that noise that is sleet. That's not freezing rain. That's not snow. If it's making that noise, it's a sleet pellet.
This morning I was sitting at the house and I heard it start, and I was like, that's sorry to get real Mississippi there. I was like, I ain't never heard rain sound like that. It was like, that's definitely sleet. I ain't never. No.
What did you say? I ain't what?
I ain't never heard rain sound like that, because you know you kind of question, is that sleet or is that heavy rain? You know,
Yeah, that's
so that was
fair.
my immediate thought was like, rain doesn't sound like that.
I
Especially if
ain't
you're
no English
inside.
teacher, but
My mom is.
Oh, good. Oh, no.
I don't know why I started to talk like that.
We have another video. This is in Jasper, and this was this morning. It was some light flurries coming down. You can't see any accumulation from this, but you can tell there's some light little snowflakes coming down here and there. It's not heavy precipitation by any means, but it's, you know, enough to, I guess, draw your attention.
Sure.
Especially if you're driving around. You're like, oh, wait, is that snow?
It's pretty. It's just snow puts you in a good mood, you know? It's just
does.
like most of the time.
Yeah, most of the time I will
until
say.
you're buried
If it's
in
like
it, you're
April and it's still snowing, you're like, oh.
Timing
why?
is everything about snow. You're right. By
Exactly.
April or May, you're like, this is a problem.
Yeah, there were a few times we had snow in
It's a
Columbus in
problem.
May, and I remember thinking, like, I should be at the pool.
it's a problem.
Yeah, no, I also, right after I heard that sleet coming down, I did go out and got video of the sleet as it was. And so I made sure I was like, okay, you can hear it in this video. Because I was like, if I ever want to explain the difference between sleet and freezing rain, I've got 2 examples.
Perfect.
This week. You've got the freezing rain. It's like stuff. And to be clear, there was no chance of freezing rain because the temperature at the surface was not below freezing anywhere. Well, it was probably below freezing up in the higher elevations. We didn't have freezing rain. So we had freezing rain Monday. We had no freezing rain this time. That's why we were so confident that there would be more sleet and snow involved because our temperatures were so much colder Monday.
Exactly.
Well, not a lot colder, but just cold enough that it was.
It's all kind of marginal.
Can I turn this around?
Some degree of a shift in temperature can mean the world in terms of what precipitation you see Monday versus today. That's exactly. I mean, there's different events, different temperatures, and
so we've seen all 4 types of precip in 1 week. We had a little snow. We've seen a little freezing rain. We've seen a little bit of sleet, and South Arkansas got a nice little rain. Let's say fair share. It wasn't a lot of rain.
No, they need more, especially still the ongoing drought. But I will say it's only been 4 days in December.
Todd?
Did we get any pictures of snowmen?
Snowmen? No,
we didn't.
If we did, they were really small.
Well, have you ever seen a snowman have a tantrum?
No.
It's a complete meltdown.
That's a good one.
Oh my God.
I'll tell that one. I'll tell that one again. I keep some of the ones Todd gives. I keep them in my back pocket.
There are some good ones.
Yeah, there are some good ones. We'll give him credit where it's due, but there are some times, Todd.
Sorry.
No, don't apologize.
We'll talk about, well, actually, I'll use the graph because the graph, our in-house model, has been doing a lot better as far as handling the situation. I would like to take the lock. Load. All right, so what just happened is I'm loading my show again. Just technology, as always, as we say, bear with us. All right, we're back.
You all right there, Daryl?
It's like he wants to be on the stream.
He wants to be on.
He so wants to be on the stream.
That's why you're stopping
He just wants to invite, Daryl, would you like to join us? He said, no, because he got called out.
Sad. What if we wanted you on the show? You're always welcome. What if we wanted you on the show?
You want to be on the show today? Come tell us how you feel about snow. Give it. Okay.
You thought about it for a second.
This man needs his own show. Okay, I see. We'll give him one of these days when it's nothing going on and he's had some time to mentally prepare. We should give him the entire 30 minutes.
I would be so intrigued for that show.
Yeah, thank goodness that's not on the FCC airwaves.
Yeah, true.
Oh, no.
But yeah, so precip is moving out. We have avoided any sort of impacts. I will say, while y'all were live at 11 o'clock and I was watching Lunarly, what was it? Sorry. Y'all were talking about the full moon, which last night, I don't know that too many people, we did have a picture.
We did get a picture of the full moon. So this is the cold supermoon. Technically, it was probably like 99.9% full this morning, so we're going to call it the full moon.
When was it? When does it reach peak? I haven't.
5:15.
Today?
Yeah.
This morning?
Today.
Today, this evening? Okay. So when do you know when the moon rises?
I have it all on the graphic.
Like quizzing you. I'm not trying to quiz you there.
4:32.
4:32.
So we wouldn't even be able to see the moon rise. You would, but it wouldn't be fantastic or anything if we had fully clear skies. But peak illumination happening after the moon rise means that we'll be able to see peak illumination this time. Sometimes you hit peak illumination before the moon rises where we are, and that's sometimes sad. Yeah. But still, that doesn't mean that we won't see the full moon. It's just when you see it, technically it's like 99.99 full, which the average person, that doesn't matter.
Right.
But because it peaks this evening and a lot of us will still be in the clouds, you may not be able to see it until tomorrow morning or tomorrow evening. Either way,
just depending on when those clouds finally clear out.
Exactly, which is still a question mark. I mean, there's one model showing we have clouds around into the overnight, into tomorrow morning, and through a lot of the day tomorrow. Another model is showing things clearing overnight and then clear skies into tomorrow morning. If we see clearing, you'll be able to see the moon before it sets, which it sets tomorrow at like 8 a.m. If we don't see any clearing, you'll still be able to see it tomorrow night. And it might be through the clouds if we still have some clouds around by tomorrow evening, maybe partly cloudy skies. But either way, you should be able to get a glimpse of it. And by then, it'll be 99.7% full, so it'll still look
Close
really full.
enough.
And since it's a supermoon, it'll look brighter than usual for a longer period of time.
Yeah.
So since that's the moon's closest approach to Earth in its orbit, that's what the supermoon means when it aligns with a full moon or a
And this is the
new moon.
third supermoon in a row.
Yes.
So we have another one coming up in January.
Yeah,
It's
so
the
even if you
wolf
missed
moon.
this one, we have one in January 13th.
That's not a Friday, is it?
No, Juliana said the same thing. We looked at a calendar, which I always like a Friday
Yeah,
the
it looks like
13th.
It's probably a Tuesday, it looks like.
Well, this is December. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, you were right. Tuesday.
Um,
Tuesday, January 13th, you got the wolf moon.
Yeah. So another thing I was going to say when I was watching at 11, you showed video of the Mountain View R.dot camera. I'm not in Mississippi anymore. But there was one point where there was, of course, and you mentioned because the air goes underneath the overpass there, but you had some accumulation briefly on the roadway, on the bridge, and you had ruts. And
Yeah.
I was looking, I was like, this is how it happens. Like, you know, if it were to come
Yeah.
down any longer and any harder,
It may have caused
it could have caused some
issues.
problems in some places.
100%.
So that tells me like, okay, I'm glad we went with that alert day, because had it been any more, any harder, any colder, it probably would have been more impactful.
Yeah, exactly. And we're glad that it wasn't. We're glad that everything, kind of worked out the way that we thought, which yesterday we said that roads weren't going to be impacted. They haven't been impacted today beyond. I mean, we have a few incidents, whether we're seeing just a rainy day or a stormy day on the roads regardless, just because anything coming out of the sky that's going to be hard to drive in. Winter precipitation even harder to drive in than snow and ice and all of that.
Right.
But, I mean, cold rain was the only big impact, and some fog out there with the rain.
That too.
We did have an accident in Bryant, I think caused by some really heavy rain and fog. It could have been caused by a lot of other things, but that was all going on when they were trying to clear the accident.
Right.
So it's not to say there aren't hazards on the roadways, but as far as the
I
winter
will
weather
say,
goes.
Northeast Arkansas, and I don't know how much precip is left around Jonesboro. We'd have to look at radar real quickly, and we're about to have to wrap up the show. But I see Jonesboro is the one spot that is below freezing. I think part of that is even at night, temperatures were already below freezing or near freezing up around West Memphis, I think last night. Even though we had clouds, some of those areas didn't. Okay, Jonesboro's dried out, so that should be fine.
Well, and even like when this was going on about an
Look at
hour
that.
ago, I was looking at every RDOT camera I could find in Northeast Arkansas, and I couldn't see flurries.
Okay.
So there may
Yeah.
have been some dry air that was inhibiting a lot of this from reaching the
you mentioned
ground.
that.
And we had some questions at 11 that were asking us about that. I'm looking at radar, and it looks like there's precipitation, but nothing's hitting my house.
Right.
That's because of dry air, and the radar beam goes high into the atmosphere at times the farther out you are. And so,
Exactly.
that impacts
Something
things.
very
we're
strange
gonna-
just happened.
We're going to have to wrap up this episode of
Hello.
Arkansas Storm Team Live. We'll see you coming up on KRK 4 News at 4, 5, and 6, and on Fox 16 News at 5:30 and 6:30.
Thanks for joining us.
Y'all have a good one.